Hey guys, Matt Bishop here. We are backstage at the Crocodile Rock Cafe here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, in my hometown. Believe it or not, it's good to be home for the holidays. You guys, however, are doing something really special for the holidays. You're not home, but you're touring and bringing us some kick-ass rock and roll. I'm here with the one and only Neil Fallon of Clutch. Dude, how's the tour going?
It's going very well. It's not really a tour. I mean, by our standards,
little mini run, yeah.
6 shows. We usually do this between Christmas and New Year's because a lot of people are at home and are still in party mode. The shows are really good and usually starts, the day after Christmas and ends on New Year's, and then take a little break after that. Do it in the Northeast usually so we can get home ASAP.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you guys have a lot going on coming up in 2013. The World Tour, Earth Rocker, it starts in mid to end of January. And then we got the new album coming in March.
Yeah. The tour in January is kind of more of a promotional press thing. We do have a number of shows in Europe, with a lot of press in Europe, and that's just under 3 weeks. But the main body of it will start in March, the week before the album's released on the 19th. And then we'll do a US leg, then go to Europe for the festivals in the summer, do another US leg. We go back to Europe. By that time, we're probably looking at late summer, fall, and then probably do another third leg into the winter time, and that's probably going to get us to about a year from today. So that's what we're looking at.
Guys are staying busy. Well, I know the fans are excited.
I'd rather be busy than, twiddling my thumbs.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Have you guys been dropping any of the new songs from the new album on this little mini run here?
Yeah, we've been playing a number of them for months, really. We wanted to play as much of it as we could before we went into the studio. And we're not playing the entire record, but we're playing about, 4 songs a night from it. And I think that's enough. You don't want to overwhelm people with new material. But I think it's getting a pretty good reaction.
It's been a long time, not terribly long, but a couple years since your last studio release. Is that something that just kind of, it's the way the cookie crumbles, or is that something that you guys plan to really take your time with the next album and make sure, we really do it 110%?
I think it was, more of just the touring dates. There was a lot of possibilities to do shows, so we just continue to do it. And we don't really write a whole lot on the road. It's mostly at home, and it was hard for us to find time to just kind of stop. And then after about 3 years, we ourselves found it getting a bit stale and wanted to get into a more creative mode, and started that just under a year ago. And I think it's the way we look at it is we don't really tour to support records. We put out records to support our tours, and that's the way we've been doing it for quite some time.
I feel like that's kind of the way rock and roll is going in the last maybe 5 to 10 years or so. I talk to a lot of bands and they say, yeah, we put out the new album and we love doing that. It's our passion, but we're more about the shows, And like you said, whereas when the tour would accompany the album, it's now more like the album's accompanying the tour.
Yeah, for us, that's the way it's always been. Nothing's changed. We've been a live band. That kind of stopped what we do to put out a record. I find playing live much more gratifying than being in the studio. I think we've learned a lot recording in the studio. I believe we're better at it than we used to be. At least I'd like to think so. But it's fun, and I'd much rather play live than record. Even though it's hard to leave home, but it's still the thrill of doing a live show is much more satisfying than doing another take.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it.
Sure.
Clutch, ladies and gentlemen, Neil Fallon joining us here at the Crocodile Rock Cafe in Allentown, PA. Time's running out for 2012 to see Clutch, but don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. They will be back. The Earth Rocker World Tour kicks off in January 2013, and the new studio album, Earth Rocker, this is your guys' 10th Correct.
Something like that. 10th or 11th, I stopped.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Who's counting, right? After like 8,
Yeah, it's all a wash.
it's all downhill from here. Earth Rocker, March 13th, correct? March 13th?
19th.
19th.
Yeah.
March 19th. Put it on your calendars right now. 2013, the year of Clutch. Crank it up.